All right, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show for goldandsilvertoday.com. If you spoof, you'll go poof. At least that's what the conviction was for two former Deutsche Bank traders in recent days. It's odd, we've been hearing a lot about these convictions in recent months, especially having many of these instances occur years ago. Perhaps with gold and silver in the spotlight right now, they want to send a message to would-be spoofers to control their actions. Who knows? But in any event, let's see what's going on with spoofing in recent days. But first, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit the like button. Helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses to bring more people into precious metals. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, here's the definition of spoofing. Spoofing is a disruptive algorithmic trading activity employed by traders to outpace other market participants and manipulate markets. Okay, simple enough. Now here's a complication and additional controversy that strikes home to us in the gold and silver space as a, what could possibly happen from these activities. So let's read this here. High frequency trading, and the primary form of algorithmic trading used in financial markets, is very profitable as it deals in high volumes of transactions. The 5-year delay in arresting the lone spoofer, Navinder Singh Sarao, accused of exacerbating the 2010 flash crash, one of the most turbulent periods in the history of financial markets, has placed the self-regulatory bodies such as the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Chicago Board of Trade under scrutiny. The CME was described as being in a massively conflicted position as they make huge profits from the high-frequency trading and algorithmic trading. So that's pretty interesting. And the CME definition, as far as who they are, can be found here. And it's a global markets company. It is the world's largest financial derivatives exchange and trades in asset classes that include agricultural products, currencies, energy, interest rates, metals, and stock indexes. And as you can see here, it includes that Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Chicago Board of Trade, the Commodity Exchange, New York Mercantile Exchange. That is the CME group. So obviously we can draw many conclusions from spoofers, how central banks hate gold and silver, and how the CFTC allowed this to happen, and how CME group makes money from this. But for the purposes of this video, we will just focus on spoofing and the case of Deutsche Bank. Now, you guys may have heard about this, but former Deutsche Bank traders convicted of trying to manipulate gold and silver prices. So let's get into it. Prosecutors behind a sweeping U.S. crackdown on market spoofing scored a big win on Friday when former Deutsche Bank traders Cedric Chanu and James Vorley were convicted of fraud for manipulating gold and silver prices. A federal jury in Chicago, after 3 days of deliberations, concluded Mr. Chanu and Mr. Vorley made bogus trade orders between 2008 and 2013 to illegally influence precious metals prices. The week-long trial was the latest U.S. prosecution of a spoofing case since the global market flash crash in 2010. Mr. Chanu and Mr. Vorley engaged in a classic bait and switch by placing orders they never intended to execute and then canceling them, which weaponized the forces of supply and demand to mislead other traders. Prosecutor Brian Young told jurors in closing arguments on Tuesday. Spoofing occurs when a trader enters buy or sell orders and then cancels them before they are executed, creating a false market indicator that can generate profit by taking the opposite position. While canceling orders isn't prohibited, the 2010 Dodd-Frank Act made it illegal to place orders with no intention of executing on them. So guys, remember, if you spoof, you go poof. And if anybody says that, you know where that line came from. It came from Black Bullion. But that is essentially the message that they're trying to send out here is, watch out, do not spoof, because they are starting to lay down the law here. But guys, let me know what you think about this latest update here with these Deutsche Bank traders in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new. Thanks again. It's Black Bullion for goldandsilvertoday.com.